Eliza is the daughter of one of our team members in Croatia. And you'll see, even at this early age, she's learning that most of us have more stuff than we can use at any one time. This is all of us, really. And whether you have a product, a service, or you're interested in just sharing and introducing people to the collaborative consumption, one of the things that we need to do is show people that there's value in this extra stuff. We can't use everything that we have, and there's value in the extra stuff. I'm Ed Kushins at Mr. Home Exchange. I'm the president of HomeExchange.com, and our model is very simple. You stay in my home, well, I stay in your home. It's the essence of sharing. And for home exchangers, sharing is sharing. It's not paying. And that is really important because we feel that is one of the essential parts of the sharing economy. Sharing is sharing. It wasn't easy to get here, and I'm going to ask you to sort of visualize getting into a Wayback Machine. Buckle up, and we're going to take you back to 1992. Okay? 1992. You might not even be able to imagine it, but it was pre-internet. There was no internet, there was no email, there was no Google, there were no cell phones. And if you look at this list, almost none of these companies existed. And in 1992, we at Home Exchange were trying to do a very radical thing. We were trying to tell people that they could take their most personal, their most private possession, their home, and open the door and use that asset as a passport to vacations around the world through sharing. And it wasn't easy. There was no really experiential background for sharing at that time. Everything was private, everything was personal. And literally, almost one person at a time, one member at a time, we have built a membership of 54,000 sharers around the world who are sharing their homes actively for vacations. And I like to think that those 54,000 members, each one is a brick in the road that all of you are now adding bricks to, that's making an ever-widening road for the sharing economy. The road was very narrow, and now it's wide. It's huge. And this group has now an experiential mindset that is changing. 1992, no one was thinking of sharing, and now this group is waking up and they're saying, I'm really feeling collaborative today. Maybe I can open up a new website that's, what can I have that people would like to share, because now they're open to sharing. But you have to realize this is a self-selective group, and outside of this event, not everyone is really interested in sharing for sharing's sake. For them, they're asking, what's in it for me? Not in a bad sense, not in a selfish sense, but sharing to them is not a wonderful thing to do in and of itself. They want to share because they're looking to get something out of it. Jeremiah Ouyang, who is one of the thought leaders in the sharing economy, he found in a recent survey that 75% of sharers mentioned price or convenience as their primary reason for participating in sharing sites. Way down the list is stuff like sustainability and local access and access versus ownership. The reason is people, not in a bad way, but they're sharing because they want to get something it's some benefit to themselves, some either a price or convenience or something for themselves. What does that mean for us? We have to be aware of that, and we have to offer some benefits to people and then provide those benefits in a way that they can trust and have a good experience so that they continue sharing. How can we do that? I think through baby steps. And if you go to a lot of these speeches, almost every speaker is going to have their own definition of collaborative consumption or the sharing economy. Personally, what I'm going to use today is it's making stuff that used to be private available for other people to use. It's really that simple. And if you think of it in that sense, that you can understand that the baby step is to get people to start using other people's stuff. Let me explain. Penny and Patrick love to travel. They have been every place. They love experiential travel, and they've never complained about saving money. They're friends of mine. And for years, they've heard about my own experiences with home exchange, and they never joined. I really couldn't understand why they didn't join. But then they had to go someplace, and they did an Airbnb stay, and they stayed in someone else's home. And that opened the door to them to think, you know, this, for whatever reason, the sharing was a little uncomfortable for them as a two-way street, but it was very comfortable when they used somebody else's stuff. And then having used somebody else's stuff, they felt comfortable doing it themselves. And we're seeing that all over now. People are getting more comfortable using other people's stuff. Other people's homes with Airbnb, other people's cars with BlaBlaCar, other people's time with TaskRabbit to do tasks for you, and even other people's money, like in Kickstarter. And it's interesting when you look at all of those, and it's going to be a good measure of how we are successful in the sharing economy. There's a huge imbalance between the users and the providers. If Airbnb has 500,000 providers, they may have 3 million users. There's an imbalance. And I think that over time, as people become users, they are also going to become providers. And numerically and in a ratio, it's going to get closer and closer. There are going to be more and more users that become providers, and then we're going to be achieving what I think we're hoping for, which is a parity in the sharing economy. And a lot of this is built on trust. Every time somebody shares something, it's another brick, another block towards building the sharing economy. Personally, right now, I had this conference to go to. My wife and I thought, hey, this is a great opportunity to spend some time in Paris. We're here in Paris 8 days on a home exchange. We are doing a home exchange. That's the couple that's letting us stay in their home. We've got a beautiful penthouse apartment. It's fantastic. It's in the 10th. It's not a little hotel room. It's it's got 2 bedrooms, a nice kitchen, a view of the Sacré-Cœur, a little balcony. It's really, really beautiful. And we're not paying for anything. It's costing nothing. We're getting it through sharing. Sharing, it's like Airbnb, but we're not paying anything for it. Nothing. Not to them and not to the company. It's like couch surfing, but we have the whole place to ourselves, and we have another couple staying with us. And we're staying for 8 days. It's not something that you can usually do, couch surfing. And this is typical of the home exchange experience. Sharing allows you to do something. For us, it was just, we needed a place in Paris. Why pay for a hotel room? We wanted the comfort. It happens all the time with many of our members. We have one of our team members here from Barcelona. She and her boyfriend did a 3 months of home exchange to New York City, then a month in Melbourne, then New Zealand, and then Thailand. It's a trip that they absolutely couldn't have taken, even staying in hostels without home exchange. But beyond just the utility of staying someplace for very little money, I'm going to give you some personal experiences that people have had where home exchange in particular, and sharing maybe in other venues, changes people's lives. This is Marcello and Monique from Milan. They did 80 home exchanges for multiple trips around the world. They have traveled further, farther, and longer than they ever could have possibly done without home exchange. Go back to that. There's another family, Julie and Mark in California. Their big plan was to retire at 65 and, oh my God, the time is gone already. To retire at 65 and take this one European vacation they never took before. They did a home exchange, and since then they retired 10 years early and have done 55 home exchanges since then. I've got about 30 seconds left, so I'm going to tell you that home exchange, like almost every other sharing economy venue, is built on trust. There have been a number of studies, I'm sorry I can't go through this, about trust and home exchange. The more people trust in sharing sites, the more people use sharing sites, the more they're likely to do more sharing sites. What can you do to foster trust? Show the benefits to the people. That's number one. Show the benefits to the people, that they're going to get something out of it. Show activity so that they feel they're not the only people doing it. Give testimonials so they feel comfortable that other people have had success. Verifications are very important, and try to personalize. People are used to being called next. They're in the queue, you're next, you're next, you're next. Try to make them feel that they are special, that they are an individual. Even if you have a big site, make them feel special and individual. We do it by showing people our team. This is the home exchange team of people around the world, and when they see that we have a team of real people, they feel more comfortable. I think in your bags, everyone has an invitation to join our community. I hope each of you take advantage of it. Join Home Exchange. You get a free membership, 1 year of unlimited exchanges, travel around the world, do weekend getaways. It's not going to cost you anything. It's a great way to share, to use your home for a passport for vacations around the world. You have any questions? Write to me at ed@homeexchange.com or at Mr. Home Exchange. And I hope you continue all your work. It's been a fun journey for us. We're happy to be part of this community, and we're happy to be part of the sharing economy. And I thank We Share Fest. We're happy to be part of We Share Fest. Thank you very much.